What's going on? It's Trending Story. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more well informed, make sure to subscribe and activate the notifications bell so you don't miss anything.
An amazing story about how an ex-wife wanted to take revenge on her husband by poisoning all the beasts in his house, and it almost came to the domestic wolf. Wolf attacks are more likely to happen when preceded by a long period of habituation, during which wolves gradually lose their fear of humans. The same goes for wolves. If you decide to have a woodland war with the powerful predator, chances are you're going to get involved in a little man versus wolf tussle. Last night, I received a phone call from my mother who lives in Headquarters, Idaho. She informed me that on Sunday, while bow hunting for elk, she was attacked by a wolf. A few of you know that she's not your typical mother or grandmother. She's worked as a professional hunting guide for many years, so she spent many hours in the woods. She's seen wolves on many occasions, and this is the first time one came at her. She said as soon as the wolf saw her, it charged. She was able to drop her bow, drag her .44 mag out of its holster, and put one round in the wolf's head at a range of a few feet. Artyom lives in the village where he was born after he was separated from his wife. The young man loves the simple life, and he and his wife did not agree, where he gave up and came to the quiet village to start his new life in his grandmother's house, which he inherited. Artyom was coming from the city to the village to visit his grandmother before she died every weekend. He had a good relationship with all the people there, where he loved them, which made him decide to move to live among them after the failed marriage experience. Artyom loved nature very much, and he never missed his ex-wife as he didn't want to marry her. But he married her after his father insisted, who was his father's friend. Artyom met the young woman Lenora by chance when his father invites her and her father to dinner with us. He suddenly found himself as her husband. And with the passage of days, many problems increased between them because Lenora needs particular life with luxury level, and their relationship ended with divorce and he left the city. The young man suffered greatly because of the divorce, and he started enjoying his time in his new home amid the beautiful nature. Although Artyom refused to get into a serious relationship with a woman in that period, but his fate changed when he met this young and beautiful lady who works as a nurse in the village clinic. All the villagers respected and loved her. His heart was beat quickly when he saw her, and he couldn't hide his feelings towards her. Artyom met Natasha every day and takes him with him on tours in the woods in order to fish in the river and gather mushrooms, which made them fall in love with each other and started seriously thinking about marriage. One day, as the two wandered around in the woods and took some pictures, Artyom noticed a small wolf wandering in the woods and walking with difficulty. So it seemed that the puppy lost its mother and siblings and kept walking around alone and looking for help. The two transported the little wolf, which they called Allie, to the Artyom house, and there they brought him food and left him to sleep. They were considering returning the wolf to the woods, but they noticed that he was young and homeless, so they decided to keep him more until he was able to take care of himself. The wolf became huge and became guarding the house, and he was carrying out everything that the young man and his fiancée Natasha asked him to do because he loves them a lot and became unable to leave them. After Artyom's ex-wife knew that he wanted to marry Natasha, she decided to move to that village in order to stop that marriage because she wanted to take revenge on her ex-husband, whom she believed had insulted her. Lenora had rented a house in the middle of the village, watching Artyom and his fiancée every day. The ex-wife tried to get close to Artyom again and asked him to leave his fiancée, but the young man refused and asked her to leave him alone. The wolf did not like Artyom's ex-wife, grim as teeth as if he wanted to attack her, but he soon calmed down. One day, villagers found that a number of animals died after eating poisoned food, and Lenora was the reason because she wanted to poison the wolf, Allie, but she did not succeed. Artyom was well aware that his ex-wife was responsible for these animals' deaths, but he did not have evidence of this. Days later, Lenora went to meet Natasha, whom she had not known before. When the wolf noticed that Natasha welcomed her guest and invited her into the house for a cup of tea, the animal was upset and followed them into the house. Lenora told Natasha that she's a friend of Artyom and took out some of her food and asked her to eat from him. Meanwhile, the wolf entered and dropped the food that was on the table, then began chasing Lenora and ran away from the house. When Artyom came back, Natasha told him what happened, and he immediately took the food to the lab, where they found that the food was poisoned. Then he immediately realized that his ex-wife wanted to kill Natasha, and he told the police. where they arrested her immediately. Well, Artyom was very happy that his fiancée had survived certain death because of his loyal wolf. There are thousands of stray dogs in Russia, and there have been attacks to humans, but in many years since, any led to fatality, he said. There have also been attacks by wolves in remote mountainous areas, but they're usually on sheep or other animals, but rarely against humans. According to animal welfare campaigners, there are an estimated 1 million stray dogs in Russia. However, wolves are common to the wooded regions. A spokesman for the Foreign Office said it was in contact with Russian police and was also providing consular assistance to Mrs. Hollingworth's family. Wolves are especially aggressive during the winter months and often attack villagers in Russia's mountainous regions. We could not go in to reach the person who was injured, on the one hand because of the wolves who were around the body, but also because of the number of the shocked people there. Authorities in the region confiscated the hunting rifles of villagers several years ago after imposing a ban on the hunting wolves. I myself have been there several times. They've been as playful as Aslation dogs, he says. Another wolf expert gave his view to the media following the tragic accident. It is unusual for such a thing to happen, but it has happened before. The animals at the park are not scared of humans, and accidents can happen, says policeman, wolf expert at Russia's Agricultural Sciences University, to news agency TT. He's not examined the case, but says that accidents often occur when routine guidelines are broken, and it's always dangerous when a staff member goes in alone. The dangers can also be forgotten on the grounds of the wolf's charm. None of the wolves have been put down. A problem with wolves is that people are so fond of them. However, the video does raise an important question about keeping innately wild animals in confinement. Thankfully, neither the wolf nor the woman involved was injured, unless you count the wolf's ego. Wolf attacks on humans are rare, and people should not be unnecessarily fearful, he said in a press release. People should always maintain a safe distance and healthy respect when encountering wolves or other wild animals. Those animals never attacked anyone, but they had followed a number of people and appeared to have developed a fascination with people and their pets. They paid the ultimate price. The best thing to do is respect them from a distance as they're wild animals, animal services say. They have yet to familiarize with this specific case, but said that accidents like this one often occur because of a breach in routine, and note that wolves are especially dangerous when a person goes in alone. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.